I was pretty vocal about not enjoying the first M3GAN, but the trailer for 2.0, it had me intrigued. So is this sequel a worthy upgrade, or is it just full of bloatware? 2 years after M3GAN's rampage, her creator Gemma resorts to resurrecting her infamous creation to take down Amelia, the military-grade weapon built by a defense contractor who stole M3GAN's underlying tech. M3GAN 2.0 brings back Allison Williams, Violet McGraw, and Amy Donald, and then adds Ivana Sakno, Aristotle Athari, and Jermaine Clement. Now the story, it's a basic one. A new sentient android is on a warpath, which puts not only Gemma and Katie at risk, but also the entire planet. Now the plot is simple, but somehow does manage to convolute itself unnecessarily. And I'm all for simple. I mean, keep the storyline uncomplicated and instead give us characters we want to root for and an objective that resonates somehow. This story, though, it's just stupid and uninspired. I mean, it feels like early Bond missions mixed with the current awareness of the potential threat of AI. And this is especially evident at the finale. The villain scheme is routine. But even worse, there's a massive monologue that feels like we should have been watching it come from this dude who has no face, but he's sitting at a desk just stroking his cat. And with the AI angle, I mean, seriously, how many movies are we going to have a story that involve AI danger? Well, we just had MI8, we've had iRobot, Tron, Chappie, War Games, even the Mitchells versus the Machines. That doesn't even then take into account any films that uses AI in a more positive light. I mean, here, the themes of AI bad, tech bad, when used with nefarious intent, they're tired, unoriginal, and are delivered in an overly preachy way that continues to harp on why overdependence on tech can be detrimental. I'm not even saying I disagree with the sentiment, but for a plot of a current film, do better. Stop regurgitating a plot line that's been beaten to a pulp. But on a positive note, the action, it is fun and well choreographed. The cinematography for the fight sequences, it's immersive, and even at times it feels like it was inspired by Upgrade. And there are a lot of quick cuts, but they also maintain enough fluidity to just keep momentum and energy while also allowing us to feel some of the brutality. There's also more action in this sequel than we had in the first. While the blood and gory violence, it's still mainly minimized, we do get to see some amazing death sequences. Now, one of the first ones would have been spectacular to watch because of just the absolute savagery that it is, but we only get to see it executed within a shadow. I mean, it still gets the point across, but the violence, it's relatively tame for a horror. And that again goes back to this being rated PG-13 in the US. Now, I'm sure the studio was just trying to make sure that they could get all of the younger kids to drag their parents and then increase the box office, but this could have benefited from an R rating and just gone for the gore. Now, there are a couple of excellent fights, too. One in particular requires Allison Williams to appear as if she's not really in control, which in context of the story makes complete sense, but it's also crafted in a way that it is funny, savage, and aggressive. Now, I was a little surprised at how well a lot of the humor landed, too. I mean, I expected some sarcasm that would then be the mix of teenage angst combined with the middle finger to just about everybody, but the snarky humor and quick quips are delivered with excellent timing to create the necessary laughs while letting us know the movie understands where it fits within this tech horror genre. And a couple of the scenes were shown in the trailer, especially when M3GAN is encased in this learning toy. I mean, the visuals and the physical limitations contrast hilariously with her dialogue and then that delivery, and it just added charm to the plot. Now, I can't remember how I felt about Allison Williams in the first movie, but here, she's not a very likable character for like 90% of the movie. I mean, thankfully, she does display some growth and softness, but I spent the majority of the film trying to decide if she was the ultimate villain or not. I mean, in one sense, it's odd to make one of the main protagonists so undesirable, but because of this, it allowed other characters to become more likable and charismatic. Violet McGraw as Katie gives her character maturity, while never becoming overly adult. I mean, she's still a kid who has some terrible ideas, but she also is more rational in her thinking than most of the adults that we watch. And that creates a character who we want to watch and also throttle all of the adults who shush anything that she's trying to say. Jermaine Clement is always a wild card in movies. I mean, I never know if he's going to be ridiculous or sophisticated. Here, he arrives like a Timu Professor Xavier, and I couldn't tell if we were supposed to take him seriously or not. But he completely understood the assignment, and he hammed it up perfectly. I mean, he is outrageous and exaggerated in the right amounts, and then turns on his signature silly charm to maximize some awkwardness. Now, ultimately, he is supposed to be a serious character, but also an extravagant and pretentious person. So this aloof persona, mixed with a massive helping of hubris, it's exactly what is needed and what we receive. Ivana Sakno, who I swear could be an Olsen sister, is the unblinking baddie that M3GAN needed as an equal adversary. They're both skilled, quick, and strong, so when they fight, either each other or just oncoming attackers, they can kick some serious butt. Now, Sakno is coldly diabolical and just nails the stoicism of this program that is focused on its directive. She doesn't display softness or even vulnerability, so the deadly demeanor feels legitimate, especially because Sakno is unwavering in her characterization. Then finally, Jess Van Epps and Brian Jordan Alvarez also return, and for some reason, Van Epps is mostly relegated to the background. But Alvarez does get to be blundering and constantly worried, which then makes him some good comedic relief. And while their inclusion is more to help a certain plot point fall into place, they do add some humanization, especially when Williams is the only other one on screen. Now, as is to be expected, this contains a bunch of plot conveniences and character armor. Always being at the right place and right time, that's preposterous, but it helps the storyline progress. Also, there's a "can we build it? Yes, we can" sequence, where we just need to accept that these people have every possible tool, element, and piece of tech available to accomplish their goal. And this didn't bother me, but it was highly improbable and just simply pointed to the areas the story wanted to glide through without getting bogged down in plausibility or even details. So outside of a blah and unoriginal storyline and an abundance of plot protection, M3GAN 2.0 improves on its origin by crafting exciting fighting choreography, snarky humor, and character maturity. The pacing is uneven while focusing on supposed dramatic moments, but becomes immersive and captivating once the action kicks in. The sarcasm, dancing, and flashy visuals work to offset the preachy vibe of the story, leading to a flawed but fun sequel. There's no sex or nudity, some profanity, and a lot of violence. I give M3GAN 2.0 3 out of 5 couches. So what are some Android-themed movies that you enjoy? Not the phone kind. Well, maybe, I guess, whatever. Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.